Hello everybody, it's Derek Freeze, and today we're doing a fans running video. This time we're going to do it with commentary. I think it's the first time I've done a video like this with commentary. So, we're going to start off first here in the kitchen with this Galaxy 2150 transition model. This one has the rounded blades, and it has the older style motor housing, which if you notice is made out of a white plastic instead of a almond plastic. That's the microwave oven. It's still dirty. I still have to do a clean and service on it. I put this in here about 2 weeks ago because I needed a fan in here, and I have clean ones around. I've just been too lazy to swap it out, and this one works just fine. Eventually when I get time, I'll grab something else and put it here and get this one cleaned up, but I'm kind of limited on the options of what fans I can put here because this is a window with exposed sunlight and I don't want something valuable to yellow or degrade. I do have a ceiling fan in here, but I don't normally use this one because of how it's installed. The blades on this are angled up like an older Fasco Charleston, so the blades are really close to those beams, like less than an inch. The fan barely fits here, and I don't really want to bother bending the brackets or anything, or something like that. So I'm either going to put a longer down rod on this fan or replace this with a different fan. I just have to find something. I also have a broken light bulb in here, which I'm going to have to deal with at some point. I got, in this room, I got this Casablanca Victorian. I got this, I think back in December. I picked this up off a Facebook ripoff place before they shadow banned me. For 50 beans, and I love this fan. This fan gets a lot of use. It used to just spend a lot of time on low or medium low, but this past week it's been on high speed pretty much almost daily. This has the W32 IntelliTouch on it, which I'm not too much of a fan of. I think the W11's a bit more tactile and I prefer that, but it seems to run just fine. In this room we have a 42-inch Emerson Legend. This fan I put up, I'd say around spring, I think April. This one came from Habitat. I think this was $30 is what I paid for this. I can't remember, or maybe it was $15. I don't know. But I have the fan and it's installed, and I love this fan here. My biggest gripe is the finish doesn't match the other fan. I liked what I had going on with the bronze and brass fans here before, and I thought it looked really good, but now none of these fans match, so eventually I'll swap them out. But I put this one up here because it had a stack motor. Same with that one. I wanted something with more airflow here, so I did that. Eventually on National Ceiling Fan Day I'll go through and do a proper video of these, but I'm not sure if this one will be up for National Ceiling Fan Day because this one has developed a little issue with its bearings. This thing tends to squeak a little bit, and I'm not sure what causes to squeak. It's like, it's not, I'm not sure if it's coming from this right now, or the mini fridge, because the mini fridge kind of has its own set of noises, because this has a swing compressor in it. They're a bit noisy, and the refrigerant sounds on it are pretty loud. So you have that, and as you can tell, there are portable fans going. I have this Lasco Premium box fan. This one I think is a 98 model, but it has a case from a 2000s Weather Shield on it. I think it was a recalled Weather Shield. I think it was a 2002. I'll have to have a look. But I finally got around to peeling the Weather Shield sticker off the top of the handle. That was really bothering me, and it was especially bothering me when it was on the fan shelf in the garage. When I wanted to get this fan out, I couldn't tell if it was this one or my 2010 Weather Shield that I have. So now that that's gone, I can actually differentiate the fans. This one needs some help. I have the original case for it. I'm thinking of getting that one painted up later and putting it on, but it looks kind of weird with the full-size motor and the skinny blades. Now, this fan, the medium speed, has not spoiled on it yet, so it still seems to run just fine. It's a bit too warm today to use window fans, but I do have DHV18WR and that Holmes on standby if I need them. But this is going pretty good. Just over here we have this Lopinus box fan. I think this is a 2020 model. And this is a lot better than my Mainstays counterpart. It's a lot more quieter and it moves more air, so I wonder if the blades on this are slightly of a better design. This one needs a clean and service. I got this fan like less than a week ago, and I brought it in here for something. I think I was going to do comparison, or I was going to take it apart and start to get this thing cleaned up, but I never got around to it. So, yeah, I've used it a few times on occasion. That Lasco over there has been in the bedroom for a majority of the time, so this was kind of the main box fan for this area. And I don't really use this fan a majority of the time because this ceiling fan's plenty powerful for this space. In the living room, we have this 12-inch Panasonic oscillating fan. I think this is a mid to late 80s model. It's set up on a clapper, so I used to just have the sofa covering this, so you couldn't really get to the fan easily. To use the controls to the clapper was really nice, and also it would kind of pick up on random sounds, so the fan wouldn't run all the time, would kind of turn off by itself so it's not running, because I don't want the fan to run all the time. But I had a 90s 2000s clapper in here, and then I replaced it with this modern one, because this modern one is less sensitive. I put the more sensitive one upstairs in the fitness center where there was a carpeted room. So that one's there. I'll show that later. But this fan runs on high speed. Normally it's on low or medium. But this past week or so it's been on high just to help with the air circulation. And this Panasonic's a great fan. It's really powerful. I wanted to put a Galaxy 2150 here, but maybe when I get that transition model cleaned up I'll put that here. But this thing's really nice, has a really wide oscillation sweep, which I like, so it really gets the air moving around in this room. Over here, this is the first time I've gotten this one out this year. This is my 1972 Lakewood Windsor P23 major childhood fan, so I'm glad that this is out and running right now. And it's pretty nice. I'll show you the backside of it. Macmillan square stator. Already has stuff sucked up into it. It's only been running for like 10 minutes. I like this one because it has a really nice long cord. My other Lakewoods are out on Lend, so I don't have them over here. And then my green one's on the stand. So this is my only Lakewood I had available. And it's pretty good because even if those ones are probably available to me, I'd probably use this one. Because I tend to just get a lot of use out of the S223. Now that the other Kmart's going, I can use that one. But those two are out on Lend, so those aren't really an option. But I do love this fan. I love the sound of it. These old metal blade Lakewoods sound really nice. In the fitness center, I have this Aerospeed stand fan. These are kind of an oddball. The motor on this one sounds amazing. It has a really nice startup sound to it. It's not very powerful. The grill's very restrictive. And then it's on that older clapper that I was talking about earlier. Picked this up at the garage sales last year. I got it cleaned up finally this spring. I had the 12-inch Homes in here for a while. This one right here. And I like this way more. I did have this in the hallway for a bit, but we swapped some things around and I don't need a fan there anymore. So maybe if I get that 2019 Nantucket Breeze fan going, I will probably go back out into the hallway here. In the bathroom, we have the 30-inch Harbor Breeze Modern. This is running on low speed, which is kind of its normal state. It gets whipped up to high if someone's taking a shower. Sometimes it runs at medium, but normally it's just on low. Coming into the bedroom, we have this, I think it's a 1980s Cozy Breeze oscillating fan made by Kuhashing. I do really like this fan. The bearings on it are going out. They need to be replaced. But It is pretty nice. I do have a different ceiling fan in here which is running on medium low, but I want to wait to show this fan off until National Ceiling Fan Day. But occasionally I'll run it on reverse. I'm still trying to figure out which direction runs a bit better, but here it is. That's not already a dead giveaway. Right here is a 2000 free SMC window fan. I love this fan. I love how at night, when it's completely dark in here, the controls light up. I really like early 2000s fans with full digital controls on them. I know a lot of people hate digitals, but I think it's really cool. It's very gimmicky, but I like it. It's running on the exhaust function. Normally I have it running on the Exchange, but earlier I had one of the windows on the lower floor open, and this fan was just pumping the air out. So I'll switch it to Exchange actually. And that's that fan blowing in and that fan blowing out. I do really like this fan though. It's one of my favorites actually. I'll probably turn it off actually, since it is like starting to get really hot outside. Here's a look at the P23 while going down the staircase. I do really like how that fan looks just kind of sitting there in the sill. It's very bright right now, so I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up. But there is the 2150 running. Here's the 2000 free SMC window fan. The 1994 Quasar window air conditioner up there running. Still has the Christmas thing on the back of it. Here's the central going. I have the house set at about 74. That's perfectly comfortable for me. And then back here is the 1998 Lasco Premium. I love the look of these fans from the outside. I saw these all over the place as a kid. The majority of the time they were just the weather shields, but I like these older ones a bit more, I think, because they actually say Lasco on the back. It looks really cool with the full-size motor. This particular fan, the person who had it always ran it in the window, so I have a lot of fond memories of seeing it in their window when I was over at their house. So I do really like this fan for that reason. A lot of the times they would actually, back when the handle on it was still intact, they'd have it on its side because it wouldn't fit with the handle vertically in the window. So maybe I'll install it sideways sometime. I'm not too sure. I might wait until I get the original case repainted, because the case is just really starting to fall apart. In the garage I have this 2000 free Lakewood HV21T. I got this from David, and this has been a great fan. I love using this in the garage. This is the perfect high velocity fan I found for out here. So this is kind of the main fan, and I forgot how to hold the camera. The majority of the time this runs. It spends a lot of time off. I actually have the thermostat on it set to where it comes on and cools for a bit to circulate the air, and then turns off when the thermostat's satisfied. I always thought the thermostat function on these was kind of very gimmicky. I didn't really understand the reason why a thermostat would be on a high velocity fan, but it's been a very nice feature. I really like it. And David did also ask the other day, hit me up on Instagram asking how the bearings are holding up since he oiled them. He says this thing likes to eat through oil, but it still coasts just fine. This fan runs enough that it won't get locked up, but it doesn't run so much to where the motor heats up. I normally run this on low speed, but on occasion I'll drag this outside and use it to push bugs away at night on high speed. Started to use this Lao barrel fan with a 6-horse GE motor on it. And then I also now have this 2010 Oceanair high velocity fan, which I needed to work on the bearings on it. They're very rough. Whoever had it before me over oiled it, so there's just oil just spilling out of the oil ports. which it does have, but this Lakewood is a really nice fan to have out here. Let me turn it up because I did have it satisfied. It was satisfied when I came in here, and the air conditioner is still running. I also got this Harbor Breeze eating tin out here. This is probably going to be one of the last times you see this, because eventually I am going to be replacing these with industrials. And then the 2019 GE window air conditioner is also running, which this thing is really nice. I've been having issues with the control panel on it again, but they're not nearly as bad as last year where it just restarts and doesn't want to fire up again. I'm not too worried if this unit dies out all of a sudden, because I am still in the process of getting that super thrust going, and that super thrust will be going in there to replace it. It's actually more efficient than this one, surprisingly. Up here we have the other 2019 GE window air conditioners. This is a 14,000 BTU, and this one's been pretty great. I did get one of the fans back, the stand fan I have here. It's over there hiding, but eventually I'll set that up and have a stand fan up here to help circulate the air. I haven't really been using these ceiling fans. On occasion I will plug in this little blower if it's a nice day and it's cool outside, and this blower works really well. I do like it. I think I had someone write into the comment section saying that blower was kind of a stupid idea and how it didn't really work, and I think it'd work a bit better if I cover up this vent a bit more. But after that, it should probably be just fine. This GE, on really hot days, it has a hard time keeping up, but it will definitely keep the humidity down up here, which is really nice. There's been a few days where I've actually just kind of closed this door, let this run, because it's a bit hot up here, but it's okay outside with the exception of the humidity. So I'll work out here, and then once night hits, I'll turn that off. Turn that Montgomery Ward on. The Montgomery Ward pulls the humidity out of here no problem. So the dehumidifiers haven't really been getting used. We did have some flooding recently and some fairly cold days. I did use the dehumidifiers on those days. Let me get over here to the I can't tell if it's condensating or not. I don't see any condensate dripping out of it. It's not that humid in the garage, surprisingly. I have been keeping up with everything. This one over here doesn't look like it's... Well, I take that back. I gotta get a bucket or something out here. I'm thinking at some point in time making like a pipeline to divert the water over there. You can see that hole right there is from where the Montgomery Ward drips. See if we got any from this angle, if we can actually see any of the drippage from this one, which you can. This one is condensating. I've seen both of these units drip way more than they are now. That window unit's off. I'll walk this way because I have grass seed growing. And then there's the premium. So that's all I got to show for right now. Thank you very much for watching, and keep the breeze.